Now, if these skiers want to ski the second round, they're more than welcome to do so. However, obviously, that round will qualify seed 5 through 8 for the head-to-head final on Sunday. So we have 8 spots for women, 8 spots for men for the head-to-head final. In case of a tie, so a qualifying tie would...
Yeah, you're sitting like my butt's touching or some old Roman's butt touching 2,000 years ago.
Very, very, very nice and consistent pass for her.
Yes.
There we go, course record. First skier here. One boy for him. A big round of applause for Nate Smith. Mr.
Natural.
Mr. Barcelona. Yes, one boy.
Sì, è una grandissima emozione per quello che ne so, non vorrei sbagliarmi, ma solo 3 nazioni in Europa hanno questo risultato omologato, uno è la Francia, uno è l'Inghilterra e ora ce l'ha anche l'Italia e ce l'ha soprattutto San Gervasio.
To be in Florida, no, nothing compares this Sunday. Nothing compares.
It's not happening every single tournament, pro tournament. The condition of the lake are really good. Maybe one of the 2 skiers or the 3 skiers usually can run 41, but it's not every day, every tournament like this. So for sure there's something better here.
Okay, these are what we want to know.
Fair enough for every pass.
Did you know? But now all our eyes
Are focused on the.
Buona.
The course record, but it's equalized. 1.3 off for me, driving the 3
to get through and win. I'm out of breath, it's hot, but I mean, Brando's skiing awesome. Congrats to him for making it this far, and you know, he had such an awesome 39 and even a decent start at 41, I thought, but you know, just doing enough to make it through, and looking forward to the next round now with Freddie.
Okay, well, thanks Nate for this exceptional feelings that you are bringing with your friend Freddie Winter. That is unbelievable for us to see 5 times passing the 10:25. So thank you again, and okay, all the best for you.
Now, from semi-final, I think the first one is.
Faccio lui per tu.
Guarda che la curva non è sulla bola.
At the beginning of the course, but then it looks like he recovered immediately on number 3. It's incredible how he keeps his pace. Anything more than 2.5 to get the win at this
Come
tournament.
2.5, ma che ne ho fatte 3?
We're number 3, and then we have the new San Gervasio Pro Am champion.
Thank you, Thomas.
From Indiana.
Bravo, Thomas.
Smith. Bravo, Thomas. Look at that guy. Thank you very much for coming.
Abbiamo in terza posizione Francesca Pigozzi.
Sponsors this weekend for putting on this tournament. It's my first time here in Italy, and this is a very nice place. You know, thank you to Matteo for inviting me, letting me come over and ski. All the hard work that he's done to put this tournament on. You know, everyone else here, I know there's a lot of judges, a lot of officials, a lot of people that go into putting everything on. And, I just really appreciate it. Hopefully, be back here next year.
Tell me something about your life when you started slalom skiing, and if you always ski with your ski the actual D3, or you switch it into before something else. So let us know something about you.
Well, I started skiing when I was 2 years old. You know, from Indianapolis, Indiana. But first time on the water, I was 2 years old, and my first competition was when I was 8. My dad's a skier, and so I grew up on a ski lake. That's really all I ever knew. I'd come home from school, go skiing. But you know, I started competing when I was 8, which is kind of the average skier at all the tournaments, state, regional, and national level. Started getting on the podium as I got older. But when I was 16 years old, I did get on a D3, and I've been on them since then, from 2006 till now. But I won 3 nationals in a few years, and then when I was 19, I kind of got forced to go to my first pro event, which was up in Michigan. And I said, okay, I'll go up there, expect to get last place. Well, I ended up in the night head-to-head finals for first and second place with Will Asher. And that's where Will beat me very badly. But, you know, that was kind of where everything started. And I kind of realized then that, you know, maybe I have a chance. Maybe I can start competing more and traveling around. And I went to 2 more tournaments that year. I got last place in the next one, and 10th place in the one after that, but that's kind of where everything started for me.
Okay, so that it seems to be more normal and easy. So you discover yourself to be a strong skier, so that day by day. But in this way, your way of style, your style, not you. It seems to be the Nate style, considering what we actually see from the past and what we see from you. Yesterday, you explained us that it's possible also to ski without breaking our arms and backs, and it looks like from my side, I think that it's great to see you, because maybe I can ski another 20 years. So what about this? How did you get your style?
Well, I mean, it all came from watching my dad. That's where I learned to ski and how, you know, I learned to do what I do. But, you know, 2 other people that helped me along the way. One is Cale Burdick, which you're probably familiar with. We grew up right next to each other on the same lake, so I got to watch him growing up, and he helped me as well. And then another guy that, like you said earlier, I did ski at another lake a little bit with a guy named Scott Tyna. So I bounced in between my lake and another lake a little bit, which also helped. But just being efficient. I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say that I'm not strong out there, because I have a whole pile of bent handles.
Okay.
So you know, I you know, it's still being strong, but it's just being efficient and being strong in the right places. I think, because you may think it looks easy, but it's not easy. No, it's not.
So I know that's the first thing that I was wrong. I don't even want to tell you, because it was so wrong that I'm sorry. But something else that I want to ask you is, as far as I know, you are, of course, a 0-off native, it means you are coming from another kind of style of skiing, because the perfect pass pretend to be more tough the way of skiing, and zero off seems you dance on the water, and the fact that you are used to ski on a cold water. The two things, do I have any means for you or not?
Well, yes, I pretty much only know zero off these days, but I did grow up skiing perfect pass. I actually grew up skiing hand drive, when they would hand drive and you had the timer and all that, and then it was perfect pass all the way up until 2006. In 07 we got our first boat that had zero off with it. So since I was 16 years old, it's been zero off ever since. So yes, that's really what my style is wrapped around and all I ever know. But yes, being from Indiana, our lake is frozen for 3 months out of the year. It snows, it's cold, it's windy, all of that. So I've had to learn to break ice with the boat and use a dry suit and ski on cold water. But I think it does make you tougher, because if you can ski and compete in that and be strong, when you go to the warmer water, it's much easier. But for our summers, it's like this. It's like this for 7 months out of the year as well.
So there are not that big difference, or at least the difference that do not affect your way of learn of skiing. So the fact that the water was cold, that you have to change angle quicker than else. So do you think this has a meaning?
It's very different. Yes, you have to have a little bit of a different style. But only for cold water. Like when you go back to warm water, things you can relax and be much easier. But a lot of people think in cold water that it's fast. It's actually more dense and it's slower. The ski sits higher on the water, but it actually has a slower feeling. So you feel like you're on top of the water going fast, but you can blow the tail out real easy and all of that. Yeah, you just have to learn, where to be strong behind the boat in the right spots, where to ride the ski and be balanced, because you don't have as much room to move around. I wouldn't say it's a whole lot different, but when you put a dry suit on and it's flapping in the wind, you have to be really strong, because the second you come off the pole, you slow down.
All right. So thank you about the technique. Now just a question, some gossip about your wife here. Is it your first time here in Italy?
Yeah, this is my first time to Italy.
So you enjoy, I know that you have been taken to an island close by here in a lake. For your day off, they ask you to push bike for hours in the sun.
Yeah, I think some of the open men might have paid all the girls to take me to this island, and we rode bikes for, I don't know, it was like 12 kilometers around. Half of it was straight uphill, but it was a lot of fun. It was tiring, it was hot, but I got to see this lake, and then we went, I can't remember what it was called where we went, but it was very cool. It was very neat to see a little bit of Italy.
Lago di Seo was this lake, but so thanks to Matteo Luzzeri, you are here. So we have this great opportunity to see here in Italy. Are you staying in Europe for some longer time? Are you used to come to Europe and training here also, or you are only focused on the States?
I've only been training in the States. I do leave tomorrow morning to head back to Orlando. I have a photo shoot Tuesday morning early, and then I go back home to Indiana after that. But a couple of weeks ago, I was here in Europe visiting some D3 dealers with Paul Crawford. We visited a couple of our distributors in Europe. We stopped in Lacanau in Bordeaux, and then we went up to Brussels, and then over to the UK.
Yes, there is a mood here around that saying that Europe is trying to organize something like this in more than one country. It would be possible for you to at least think about to spend 4 weeks around Europe and in the major lakes like Lacanau, Oxford, Cesena, where in case participating of an European tour.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have a few tournaments in the U.S. in the middle of the summer, so we have to compete in those. But yeah, if we could organize a month, or like you said, 4 weeks or so over here in Europe, it'd be very easy to come over, stay, and travel around a bit. And, it's very easy to get around over here.
More than nice for us to listen something like this from Nate Smith. Just last question. You said that you have been using the D3 since many years, since you said 2007, something like.
Yeah.
And did you ever try another ski, or how the percentage between the skier and skier, according to you? How much is worth the ski? How much is worth for the skier, the results that you get?
Well, I mean, I think you have to have great technique. You have to know what you're doing out there, but also, if you don't have a ski, you can't go around any buoys. So the ski is very, very important to me. You know, D3 has stood behind me since day one. I mean, they're the first ones that came to me, and me and D3 have won a lot of tournaments together, you know, since that day. But I have tried some other skis. I've skied okay on some other ones. I've skied well on others, but I've never been as consistent on any other ski other than D3.
So is that 66 or 67?
67.
67 for you? And you mean that in this way that 50-50 is the percentage of...
Yeah, I guess you could say that. But you know, for up here, you got to be confident in what your ski is doing. So I like to know what I'm on and what, you know, my ski is going to do the same thing every time, and it's going to be consistent. Whether it's smooth water like we have here, or in rough water like somewhere at Moomba or Masters, or you know, wherever you're at on a river. It's nice to know that your ski is going to be doing the same thing. But yeah, it could be 50-50. But
of course,
yeah.
of course. Nate, thank you very much for the time you spent with us, and really we hope to see you again here in Italy and in Europe next year to learn about your the Nate style. So we will enjoy your head-to-head and all the best. And so thanks again.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate everyone you know, coming out here and putting this tournament on, especially Matteo. So it's such an awesome place to be.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the San Gervasio Pro Am.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.